So Paramount just got acquired, again,
For more money than the last time they got acquired.
which was 4 months ago, for $108 billion.
And now, Warner Brothers Discovery is doing it for 111. Someone is getting very rich explaining to regulators why this is fine.
Deal lawyers are on their second yachts, Maya.
Oh, I guarantee it's the third. We've also got a 58 billion oil merger and pharma writing 9-figure checks like they're expensing lunch.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. Let's get into it. The rundown.
Okay, $58 billion. Devon and Coterra, merger of equals.
Merger of equals. Every time someone says that I reach for my wallet.
Right, because one of them is always more equal than the other. But look, this one actually has the arithmetic to back it up. Massive combined acreage, Permian plus Marcellus. You're talking about a genuine production giant.
It's a smart defensive play. Oil majors are getting squeezed. You consolidate or you get eaten. I get it.
The SEC filings aren't out yet, so we don't know the breakup fee. We don't know board composition. That's where the equals part either holds up or quietly falls apart.
We will be watching those proxy docs like hawks. Moving on, AES Corporation, $33.4 billion, Global Infrastructure Partners, and EQT swooping in.
That's a huge infrastructure appetite, and it makes sense. Everyone wants stable long-term cash flows right now.
Counterbid territory, though. You acquire a major US power company, utility regulators get involved, and suddenly other players start doing math on napkins.
Watch that one closely. Okay, Santander and Webster Financial, $12.2 billion.
Bold move for Santander. They've been circling US retail banking for years and kept blinking. This time they actually pulled the trigger.
Regulatory environment is just friendlier right now. Morgan Stanley analysts, Goldman, JP Morgan, they're all basically printing fees this quarter on this mega deal wave.
Must be rough for them.
Devastating. Gilead and Arcellx, $7.8 billion, stock up 77% overnight.
77. That's not a premium, that's a confession. Gilead is basically announcing they couldn't build this pipeline themselves fast enough.
Big Pharma is just writing checks instead of running labs right now. Gilead, Lilly, GSK, all within weeks of each other.
And then there's Brinks buying NCR Atleos for $6.6 billion. The ATM consolidation story nobody's talking about.
The most quietly interesting deal of the week. Cash handling infrastructure is genuinely unglamorous and genuinely essential.
Speaking of unglamorous, Paramount has now been acquired twice in under 6 months, and we need to talk about that. The big one. Okay, so Paramount, again.
Again, same company, 2 mega deals in 3 months?
Skydance closes their $108.4 billion takeover in late 2025, and now Warner Brothers Discovery comes in at $111 billion. Someone explain to me what Paramount actually is right now, legally speaking.
It's a Matryoshka doll of acquisitions. You open it up, and there's another deal inside.
Deal lawyers are ordering second yachts. I'm not joking, that's a direct quote from our notes, and it's the most accurate thing written about this.
Look, the strategic logic isn't crazy. You combine Paramount's content library, decades of IP, CBS, MTV, the Paramount film catalog, with Warner's HBO, Max, Discovery properties. You get something that can actually breathe the same air as Netflix.
Can it though? Because Netflix is sitting at what? 260 million subscribers globally. This combined entity would be playing catch up from day one, while also trying to digest 2 enormous acquisitions simultaneously. The integration risk is staggering.
Integration risk? Yes. But the content argument is real. They'd have more hours of premium scripted television than any single entity on the planet.
Hours of television don't pay the debt load.
Fair.
And that's my thing. We don't know the financing structure yet, but $111 billion is not a small number to borrow against a business that's been bleeding linear TV subscribers for years.
Okay, but here's where I'll push back on you. The regulatory environment right now is basically a green light. Morgan Stanley, Goldman, JP Morgan, they're all printing fees on this deal wave. The current administration is not going to be the thing that kills a media merger.
I actually agree with you on the regulatory piece. 2 years ago, this deal gets torn apart in committee. Now, Probably slides through. My concern isn't regulatory. My concern is the day after approval.
The actually hard part.
The actually hard part. You've got two cultures, two streaming platforms, redundant executive layers, and a content budget that has to somehow rationalize itself.
Someone's getting laid off.
A lot of someone's.
And yet, and I mean this, if they can hold it together, you've got the only real legacy media company that's genuinely scaled enough to compete on a global content budget. That's not nothing.
It's not nothing. It's just very, very expensive nothing until it proves otherwise.
Which brings us to the other giant deal this week, because apparently $111 billion wasn't enough excitement. Devon and Coterra just said, "Hold my beer." Voices.
Okay, so no live analyst quotes this week, but honestly, the meta story tells you everything you need to know.
Morgan Stanley, Goldman, JP Morgan, all three are reportedly counting fees on the back of this mega deal wave, like materially surging revenues. I'd say I feel bad for them, but I physically cannot.
And you shouldn't. But here's what's interesting. Analysts are pointing to the current regulatory environment as basically a green light. Banking, energy, media, deals that would have been dead on arrival 2 years ago are sailing through.
Business first administration? Yeah. Whether you love that or hate that, it is absolutely showing up in the deal volume.
It's showing up in the biotech numbers too. Gilead, Lilly, GSK, all writing 9-figure or larger checks within weeks of each other in February alone. Biotech watchers are calling it one of the most active acquisition months in years.
Big Pharma's pipelines are empty, so they're just buying them. The checkbook is the lab now.
Which is either brilliant capital allocation or a massive red flag about internal R&D productivity, depending on who you ask.
I'll say brilliant. For $400 million a day, I'll say whatever Morgan Stanley wants me to say.
And there it is.
I warned you, I called myself out.
You did. Partial credit. But look, the Paramount situation is where I think the real commentary lives this week, and none of these analysts are touching it with a 10-foot pole.
Because what do you even say? A company gets acquired for $108 billion, and then months later, it's acquiring someone else for $111 billion. The deal lawyers aren't ordering second yachts, they're ordering third ones.
We've got the full breakdown on that one coming right up. Spill the tea.
Okay, I have to talk about Paramount.
Oh, we are absolutely talking about Paramount.
Because I need someone to explain to me how a company gets acquired for $108 billion and then turns around and acquires someone else for $111 billion in the same year?
It's giving Russian nesting dolls, but make it a balance sheet.
The deal lawyers must be losing their minds in the best possible way. Second yachts all around.
Third yachts. These are M&A lawyers, Nate.
Fair, but seriously. Skydance closes on Paramount in late 2025. The ink is barely dry, and now we're talking about a Warner Brothers Discovery combination that would create this absolute content colossus. Does anyone at that company sleep?
Here's my question though. 2 mega deals back-to-back means 2 rounds of regulatory scrutiny. You think the current administration waves this through?
I actually do. The vibe right now is business first across the board. Media, banking, energy, you name it. Deals that would have been strangled 2 years ago are getting green lights.
I don't hate that theory. I just want to see the actual filing before I buy it.
Classic Maya.
Meanwhile, can we give a quick hand to Nuveen? They're paying $13.5 billion in cash for Schroders while simultaneously merging 3 of their own funds. Who's running their calendar?
Their back office is having a week that I would not wish on anyone.
The BXMX and DIX funds into SPXX all by March 30th. That's a tight window.
Okay, speaking of tight windows, Devon and Coterra, $58 billion, merger of equals. The proxy documents are coming, and that's where things get interesting. Tomorrow's radar.
Okay, 3 things on my radar for tomorrow.
Hit me.
Devon Coterra proxy filing. $58 billion. Merger of equals. We haven't seen the actual terms yet. Breakup fees, board composition, all of it. That filing drops soon, and I guarantee something interesting is buried in there.
That's the one I'm most curious about. Merger of equals is doing a lot of work as a phrase.
It always is.
I'd also watch AES, 33.4 billion from GIP and EQT. Acquiring a major US power company is not a simple regulatory path. Any counterbid activity tomorrow would be a signal.
And the Nuveen fund mergers, BXMX and DAX folding into SPXX by March 30th. Shareholder objections could still blow that timeline.
Nobody's losing sleep over fund mergers, Maya.
The people in those funds are.
Fair point. All right. Speaking of things that keep lawyers up at night,
Paramount.